Welcome, welcome, welcome kitties, to an all-new r/stories via r/IDontWorkHereLady. Today's story comes to us from Reddit user KL Tech. I'll be sure to put a link to the original story in the description down below, so you can check for any updates or add any comments you would like OP to see. And as always, please hit that like button if you enjoyed today's show. And if you haven't already, for the love of God, subscribe already if you want to keep seeing new content for this channel. Also, you might want to hit that notification bell as well, so you're always up to date on our latest content, because we all know how bad YouTube is about letting everyone know when we upload new videos, slow as molasses they are. Now that we got that out of the way, please enjoy tonight's story. I've worked in retail before and found myself dealing with more rude people named Stephanie than Karen, so I am going to call this woman Stephanie instead. This incident occurred at my local bargain grocery store a few hours ago, where I was buying all kinds of junk food. When I saw an elderly lady who was clearly very lost. She was wandering up and down the dairy section for a few good minutes. I went up and down the whole aisle and she was still there. So I just asked her if there was anything I could help her find. Unfortunately, I asked this in earshot of Stephanie. Problem 1. This store doesn't have a very distinct color scheme for its dress code, and I was wearing rather plain clothing, like I normally do. If you were paying attention, you might notice that, hey, my shirt doesn't have the name of the store on it, and all employees do, but I doubt Stephanie was taking notes. Aww. Problem 2. I'd set down my handbasket on a shelf so I could help this elderly woman, so maybe the fact that I didn't have any groceries on me in a grocery store indicated that I was a worker instead of a customer. Whatever it was, when I was finished helping the elderly woman, Stephanie immediately started to ask me a question. I wasn't paying attention because she didn't tap my shoulder, call out to me specifically, or do the ahem thing. So I didn't realize she was talking to me until she shouted, "Hey." I turned around and looked at a very short, very unpleasant lady. Now that she had my undivided attention, she said,
"Took you long enough. I asked you a damn question, I expect an answer."
Ever the non-confrontational dude, I apologized, and said, "Sorry, what was the question?"
"Can you scan the price on this for me?"
She shoved a package of cake mix into my hands. I chuckled a bit and just said, "No, sorry, I can't cause I don't have a scanner on me. I don't actually work here, but I can get a hold of someone who does for you."
"No, you work here. You were helping someone else out a moment ago, now help me."
"Oh, I was just helping her out because she seemed lost and I like helping people out."
"Then why don't you help me?"
"Because I literally, physically cannot help you out with this."
"You're just lazy. Get me someone who will actually be helpful."
Now, I wasn't too fond of pushing this lady's rude attitude on some poor minimum wage worker, but I also wanted to spend as little time within the vicinity of this woman as possible. In my quest to find an employee, I had a mini "I don't work here" moment myself, but I eventually found a worker and brought him to aid. Stephanie. Rather than interact with her one more time, I just pointed him in her general direction and let him take care of the formalities. Curiosity got the best of me. I decided to pretend to look at various pastas that I certainly wasn't going to buy while keeping an ear on the conversation that unfolded.
"Finally, someone competent, I hope."
Haha, I hope so as well. How can I help you?
"Scan this." "Thank you. That wasn't so hard, was it?"
I guess not.
"Your coworker there refused to help me. You should get him fired."
I haven't seen him around, so I don't think he's my coworker. Plus, he isn't wearing our outfit.
I guess they do have one. Still don't know what it is though.
"No, believe me, he works here. Tell your manager to have him fired."
Okay. Is there anything else you needed?
"No, that's all."
The worker then left, presumably to tell his manager, who never showed up. At this point, I was genuinely impressed by this woman's ability to confidently and assertively state things she had no real knowledge about. Despite my newfound admiration for Stephanie, I decided to head in the opposite direction of her so as to avoid any further interaction. It almost worked. I didn't see her until I got in line and heard a familiar voice.
You should get that guy fired.
I had a feeling I knew who that guy was. I avoided eye contact because I heard that dogs are less likely to bark at you if you don't look them in the eyes. And while I'm not sure how true that is, it certainly worked here. Steph got her stuff and got the hell out. I stepped up to the cashier, a woman in her mid-40s, I think, who very clearly hated her job. Give it to me straight, boss. Am I fired?
Guess so.
Well, I thought it was clever at least. Well, wasn't that a ditty? My recommendations to OP is to start ordering his groceries online to avoid those Stephanies. See advertising overlords. I could sneak in a promo for some online delivery service right there. If you pay me, have your people call my people. Daddy needs to get paid. Okay, enough corporate shilling for one day. You know the deal, kiddies. Like, subscribe, notifications, yada yada yada. That's going to wrap up another show for today. Later, Gators. That's all, folks.